everybody. 2022 Windy City Major out here. Beautiful day. I'm Vince. Let's Talk Paintball, joined by Mike Jeffries. Going into this next set, Carolina Crisis versus TCP Machine Killers versus New Jersey Jesters. So on your screen now, Crisis and TCP Machine on the field. TCP Machine getting into the snake, which is one of the things that they need to do a little better from their last game. They were getting in and dying, so it's nice to see a player living in here.
They do lose their Dorito side player off the break. Crisis with 2 bodies committed over there. Now TCP crawling into the 50 snake.
Yeah, looking really good here so far.
I think 5 alive for Crisis, 4 for TCP, but TCP has the 50 snake. Crisis looking to launch an attack on the Dorito side. TCP has that snake side can shooting that way to slow down any advance on the Dorito side.
Yeah, I was going to say definitely better positions here. TCP Machine is in the 50, but there's no one behind him. So the closest guy is that can player on the snake side. I believe is AJ Lawhead. They need to try to figure something out here. Push the center a little harder.
Yeah, you like to see those cans get into the towers a little bit earlier. This snake player is very far away. He probably feels a little lonely, not hearing anything behind him. Crisis loses a player off the Dorito side, but they fill out to the snake side Aztec, looking to match TCP.
Oh, what a shot.
First engagement from the TCP snake player, and he gets shot, but AJ Lawhead with a good quick fill out to the snake side cake corner. Crisis with 2 players on the Dorito side, now filling into the snake. Crawling into snake 2. TCP down bodies in with poor position. It's Crisis's point to lose now. Crisis has the spots and the bodies. TCP now, though, launching up into the second Dorito and filling out behind him.
Yeah, Lawhead did move out to the snake corner, though. He's trying to hold that snake down.
Yeah, he's playing on an island now with the other 2 TCP players out on the Dorito side. Crisis has advanced up into they're in the snake side wedge. He's playing almost like he thinks the snake is still hot. Yeah, he's trying to shoot a bounce shot to nobody. Crisis is in the snake.
Oh, looks like Crisis player trying to do a little hopper surgery right now, though. Smacking his hopper, trying to get it to work. Don't want to see that when you're the only guy in the snake.
You don't.
So we're working through right now.
TCP is calling 3-on-3, but I think Crisis has 4.
Crisis has 4. They have a player in this snake 2. They have a player in the wedge on the snake side. They also have a player in Dorito 1 in the back, and then a player on the Dorito side can as well.
Crisis, still pretty far back on that Dorito side. Now TCP getting into the big Dorito 3.
Communication slowed down quite a bit from the Crisis side of the field.
Yeah, it's very quiet on that side of the field. Now we're hearing a little chatter.
TCP, wow.
That was a great move. The TCP player gets into the 50 and shoots the snake side wedge. So TCP bringing it back to a 3-on-3. Crisis now launching. I think he's going to try to bunker him. No, he goes to the juice box. Now he's launching number 67. I think he bunkered the TCP player clean.
So AJ Lawhead moves inside to the insert bunker into the snake, moving all the way back.
The TCP player on the Dorito side is definitely dead now. Crisis in the snake 2, just trying to figure things out. Oh, yeah, the Crisis player killed him clean, so there's 3 alive for Crisis.
TCP walking out in bunches right now as all 3 remaining players are walk out at the same time.
Yeah, it was number 67 for Crisis. That's Barton, who made a great move to bunker out the 50 player for TCP, who had evened up the count. And then from there, Crisis with a good clean close to go up 1-0.
Yeah, and I was hoping that TCP would come out with that fire they had at the end of the last match, where they came back 2 quick points to stave off the mercy rule. They start off slow. They need to get on that horse quickly and attack.
Yeah, you could see in that body language. The cans on the cross, it's good. You can see a lot there, but the towers on the cross, you're just a little bit closer and you're in a position to generate offense rather than just slow down the other team. And that was the difference when they started storming back. They were getting up the center with a lot more urgency because they were down 4 to PB Fit.
Yeah, great job. Great job there by TCP Machine, though, trying to hold that one out a little bit. They were trying to make moves, but unfortunately just too little too late.
Down bodies making moves. You love to see it. Now the Jesters lining up against the Killers. Stopping at the box to shoot the Snake Runner and running Snake off the break with Kavanaugh. He makes it in there. He's going to go straight to the 50. Wants nothing to do with that Snake 2. You love to see that. Coming up, he's got the Snake corner in front of him. Now he's crawling back because he knows the bounce shot's there, setting a little trap for the Killers player who fills into the snake side wedge.
Yeah, K-Cab in the snake, semi-pro star player here for the Jesters, trying to get that shot.
I believe that's Seabass Lopez in the snake corner for the Killers, keeping Kavanaugh in check. The Jesters in the back line, besides their snake. Oh, actually, no, they've filled up into the towers now, moving in bunches, which you love to see, into the big Dorito 3 and both towers on the cross. It's going to be difficult for the Killers to move forward with the way the Jesters are. Jesters playing a really nice 5-on-5 point, now pressing up the Dorito side, getting a kill out of the Dorito side wedge for the Killers. So 5-on-4 for the Jesters. They kill the other wedge now, the snake side wedge. 5-on-3 for the Jesters.
Yeah, and Jesters, like we said before, old school team. They've been together a very long time. Snake battle developing, though, right now.
I don't think anyone picked up Seabass when he went in there. He could probably crawl down and shoot Kavanaugh in the pack. He's got to go low, though. They have both those towers. If he gets up and runs, it's going to be a trade. He gets up and runs. He didn't know he's there.
Oh, wow.
He's shooting at the corner
shot. Oh, boy. What a shot. Yeah, and we're signaling there. That was a close one. Very bang-bang play, but almost a penalty.
Yeah, Seabass making a good move for the Killers to try to take things back, but the Jesters were able to absorb the punch.
Chaz got to be careful here. He's stuck in the middle.
I think there's two. Yeah, so it's 2-on-2 right now. Both Jesters on the snake side, both Killers on the Dorito side. They're on the Jesters side of the field on the Dorito side, as well as their own Dorito 1.
Yeah, Chaz is really trying to make something happen right now.
Well, they're in a horrible position in this 2-on-2 because these snake bunkers are small. He sees, and see, now Chaz is in a really tough spot.
Yeah, he is in a pickle.
Oh, and the Killers player goes all the way to the Jesters Dorito 1. Chaz does the right thing and tries to push it forward. This 33 for the Jesters is out in the open. He's in a really tough spot. Blind playing that tower.
Wow, one-on-one
by the Killers.
Oh, no, Chaz doesn't know he lost that one-on-one. Oh.
Wow, the Killers really were in a poor position there in a 3-on-5. Seabass makes this trade on the snake side. They play off that on the Dorito side and go launching, and that works out for them. Really good aggressive play down bodies by the Killers there to bring that point back and go up 1-0.
But I will say this, for Chaz, very lucky, though, that actually happened. He didn't hang the flag because Chaz has a fat hopper hit right now that was not picked up. So in a situation like that, if Chaz would have hit it, that would not have been good. So, again, beautiful day out here, Windy City Major, 76 degrees, sunny, light breeze. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Like, if there's still a chance out here to play some NXL. I believe 3-man has a little bit of an open. You can sign up for and play on the last day. Tons of stuff you can do out here. So grab some friends, come out to the event, see what's available to play. I mean, beautiful time, especially if you have not played in a while. I have friends that come out and play these events, just like little 3-man, lower division stuff. So if you haven't already, please make sure you're liking, sharing, following, subscribing to the NXL page as well. It's NXL Paintball on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, all over social media, and especially here on Facebook. So thank you so much again for tuning in. I'm Vince from Let's Talk Paintball, joined here by Mike Jeffrey as we go into this next point between Carolina Crisis and TCP Machine. Unorthodox move out to the, I don't know about that.
He ran behind his shooter to the corner. The ref is signaling him out. He might have run out of bounds.
He did run out of bounds for sure.
Carolina Crisis, so down a body off the break. I think TCP has everybody, but they're in the back line. TCP has got to figure out a way to generate some offense earlier in these points. They lose one, so it's 4-on-4.
Yeah, they were crushing up the center last time, doing a phenomenal job, and then this time they're just all, unfortunately, all their attack is completely stopped.
Yeah, so now Crisis is alone in the snake, in Snake 2. TCP is in the juice box on the Dorito side. Also, the advanced into the towers. So they got the cross from the towers, which is a strong setup. However, Crisis is already in the snake, and they also have the Dorito side wedge, and now they're filling into the Dorito side juice box. So pretty even setups here, except Crisis has the advantage with the snake player. 4-on-4. The Crisis player doesn't have anyone down the wire, but he doesn't know. He's not getting any intel from across field.
Yeah, number 21 there for Crisis. He's trying to figure out if he can make that inside move or not. So he's trying to cut. Oh, he gets the player coming out. He picks him up. Doesn't shoot him, though. Misses the shot. So he's going to play this little gap right here, trying to figure out where the best shot is.
Yeah, and Snake won for TCP. They're able to match him there. TCP losing another one off the Dorito side, though, so it's just 3 bodies for them, and Crisis has the advantage on the Dorito side now.
Yeah, TCP losing another player off the Dorito side, and they're 4-on-3 with Carolina Crisis having better positions and better body advantage here.
Yeah, Crisis with the wedge, the juice box, and the Snake, and then one back player, TCP, getting into the Snake 2 now.
So mirrored up with Carolina Crisis. He's got to be careful because, again, he does not really have anybody behind him. A little bit here on an island. The last thing you want to do is lose a gun battle on the Snake.
Yeah, it's fine if you die going forward. You're down points and down bodies. Actually, you don't want trades there.
Yeah. In this situation, TCP Machine only down by 1. 9 minutes ticking down on the clock right now. So
see, this is how Crisis likes to play, though. They're not going to try to run forward and close this out with any urgency. They're set up to wait for TCP to make a mistake. However, as we've seen, TCP not really playing gas pedal paintball out here. And that's why not one gun, or for a second there, not one gun was being fired.
Yeah.
It's gotten quiet out here. This is becoming a really important point the longer it runs.
Great.
3 players for TCP, 4 for Crisis. Everyone just switching sides. No one looks very eager to go forward. This Crisis player is over the top. I think he's trying to gather intel. I don't think he's that interested in going to the 50.
Yeah, if you're just now tuning in, Carolina Crisis is in the green and black jerseys. TCP Machine is in the red and black jerseys with the big 27 on the back of them. So every player on TCP Machine has the letter 27. It's a significant number for them. So Carolina Crisis, though, has the carbon jerseys on, the black and green ones. So look for the TCP player. He wants to make a move. Oh, running refs coming in right now. Oh.
TCP's tower player also dies, so it's just 1 in the Snake side can for TCP. Crisis trying to figure it out. They're trucking up the Doritos now. They have the Snake side tower. They catch the last TCP player. I think that was AJ Lawhead filling out into that Aztec. So Crisis about to go up 2-0.
Yeah, great job there by number 21, Bendig from Carolina Crisis to be patient in that Snake, not get too aggressive. Dean, I think, from TCP Machine had no choice. He had to try to make something happen as things were slowing down. But that will now put them down one more point. So, unfortunately, looking like 2-0 to start things off for TCP Machine. What I don't want to have happen for TCP Machine is that they go down 3-4 points again and then try to fight back. It's so much harder to do that. Again, TCP having some pros on there. Dirty Joe Klockner on there as well. Number 84 wearing the Lansing beanie. So, I mean, just tons of talent. They just need to figure out how to put it together.
Yeah, they need to play with more urgency. You can't always wait to go down 2 points before you decide to play offense.
All right. And again, coming up in this set right now, Killers versus New Jersey Jesters. Killers, great pulling off that last point.
Down bodies and turn it around. Let's see what they go with here off the break. They run out to the Snake side corner. They stay at both cans, shooting at the cross in the Dorito 1. That's Seabass in the corner, but the Jesters, Kavanaugh makes Snake off the break. I think he might have got a shot down the wire. Snake 2, he's having good success, Kavanaugh, getting in there early.
No, he did not get shot because no one saw it. Good job by Kavanaugh, again, to get in there and trying his best right now to get those shots. He's drawing a lot of guns, a lot of pressure right now.
And the problem I have with the way the Jesters are playing is all the pressure's going to Kavanaugh. Okay, now they're taking advantage and moving up the center to the Snake side wedge. But the Dorito side had no interest in moving up their side of the field, even though Kavanaugh was drawing all the heat. Seabass going to die out of the corner for the Killers. So it's 5-on-4 for the Jesters, and they're in Snake 2. He can definitely take 50 Snake now if he wants it. Ref coming in to check him. Calls it rub on his hopper. Questionable.
Questionable rub.
Jesters in the Snake side brick now. He's just queued up to make sure no one fills out Snake Way, which the Snake side can player for the Killers looks like he might want to. They have Dorito 1 and both cans in the backfield for the Killers. Very similar situation to the last point, which the Killers pulled out. Jesters have the advantage here. Down 1 point, in the brick, in the Snake.
Definitely trying to make something happen here as KCAV wants to move forward. Extremely aggressive player. He just doesn't want to get caught.
Yeah, I mean, he has it. If you look at how Haber's been playing this for Distortion, he can definitely come on to the killer side of the field. The Killers lose another body out of the Dorito side can. So just 2 bodies left alive for the Killers. I like this move into the tower. He doesn't shoot his gun, so no one knows he's there for the Killers.
Yeah, great job by KCAV moving up to the snake now. Now on killer side of the field.
Sees another body come off. Ooh, I think he might have gotten caught by that Dorito one, but it's okay because the Jesters have enough bodies to clean it up.
Yeah, KCAV, you better walk off the field, dog. I would not let the ref see that second hit you just got. KCAV Jedi mind tricking people out here right now.
Jesters with a good controlled point, not playing with a ton of pace on the Dorito side, but KCAV making it into the snake early, both points, and a much better close on that one.
Absolutely.
The Killers come, man. They're down bodies. They like to make moves.
They're going to push.
They're not a put their stakes in and wait for you to come kind of team.
Amazing player and owner of XXV The Label, Mike Diaz out here hanging out, playing for PB Fit, looking good. So, yeah, good to see you too, bud. Yeah, he's plays for PB Fit, also owner of clothing brand XXV The Label. Did some collaboration with Let's Talk Paintball as well for some shirts. So, just all love for paintball all the time, right? And that's the nice thing about the community. So tight. Everyone is trying to help each other out. So as you can see on the screen here, all the sets coming up. After this, we do have PB Fit versus Arsenal, Newbies versus Ruthless Factory. We will go into a lunch break after that and then get into the afternoon sets. So again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching the live stream with us all weekend long, free. So make sure you're sharing it out on all your social media platforms. You can watch this with us. I have Mike Jeffries here, Paintball Mastermind, myself, Vince, and Let's Talk Paintball here at the NXL Windy City Major event. Glad to see everybody. Leave some comments down below also what you want us to talk about, what you want to see. We'd love to do it. Oh, on the break, though.
Crisis runs Snake off the break. TCP loses their Snake side tower, but they make Snake off the break. So both teams in the Snake 2, both teams lost the body out of the back. 4-on-4. The Crisis player trying to figure out what's going on. He has a player fill out to the corner behind him. They're also in the Dorito side can and the Dorito 1 for Crisis. Playing in pairs now, far out on the wires.
Yeah, love to see the aggression here. A little bit harder of a push by TCP Machine the Snake, getting AJ Lawhead in there. Got to be careful, though. He's got 2 bodies in front of him. He's definitely
wow.
What's
that? Dorito 1 player for TCP just put a crazy shot all the way cross field on the Snake corner, pointing and screaming, very audible from across field to give TCP the advantage here. But then AJ Lawhead's going to squander it. He definitely got shot looking in that gap. That was a really wily move by the Crisis player. This Crisis Snake player just ate him for lunch.
Definitely got lucky on that. So, unfortunately, AJ Lawhead just moved at the wrong time.
Yep. And the Crisis player anticipated it. And now he's crawling into the 50 Snake. TCP is in the Snake corner, so he has to be wary of wire presence here. TCP is also in the Dorito 3.
So good job here. Crisis player looking cross field, trying to get that shot.
So I think it's 4-on-3 for Crisis. Yes.
Now let's see if the Crisis player can pick up the corner. Oh, the corner player from TCP just gets Cyclops and walking off. This leaves the entire Snake side now open and free for Carolina Crisis to go down. He's got to be careful. There is a player in the juice box in Dorito side, so he's going to get that. Oh, wow. What a shot to save the day on the Snake side. As Adams does get caught in the back by the TCP player in the juice box on the Dorito side.
2 players alive for TCP, both on the Dorito side. Actually, one of them coming off now. So just 1 body left alive for TCP. The Crisis player now on the Snake side, 67. I think that's Cantor trying to figure out what's going on.
I think it's a one-on-one right now.
I think it's a one-on-one, which we love to see, which would be the advantage for the TCP player on the Dorito side. Oh, he did a great shot. Cantor put his first ball on him once he saw him streaking to win the one-on-one.
Wow, great job. Oh. Go.
They're calling for penalty because the TCP player got shot in his shoulder and then continued to advance. Yeah.
Yep.
That was a beautiful shot. That's a very difficult thing to do. Cross body going forward to shoot someone streaking on the far side of the field.
First ball too.
Right there on the shoulder. Great job by Crisis.
Absolutely. So, yeah, that again, high-level action, high-level games out here. You're going to hear some pretty familiar names as we're calling them out because Semi-Pro is loaded with pro talent out here. So, again, in the comments on the Facebook page, if you're watching live right now, leave some comments in there. What team are you rooting for? Who's your favorite player? Let us know out here what we can do better for you. We do have some advancements, better cameras, trying to bring some high-quality action to you. Again, brought to you by our sponsors, ProShar, Planet Eclipse, GI Sports, HK Army, LoneWolfPaintball.com, Die Paintball, Stuff Air, DLX Paintball, as well as we get into this next point between Killers and Jesters, all tied up 1-1, 10 minutes left to go. On the break, Jesters getting some big shots, but unfortunately for the Killers, not able to stop KCAP. Oh, as I say that, he gets shot. Little commentator curse action.
Yeah, he got shot in the shoulder. He made it off the break. He's been 100% making it off the break for the Jesters. That was 3 for 3, but then he gets shot in his first engagement. So the Jesters, without their main offensive weapon now, playing 4-on-5 against the Killers in a tie game. The Killers playing this one a little bit slower. Looks like that's Hosky taking over the duties as the one on the snake side and the snake side Aztec.
Yeah, giving Seabass probably a little bit of a break there.
Gonna fill into the snake. I think he made it.
Yeah, Hosky played his first pro event with ML Kings, guested with them in California. Glad to see him back with the boys on the Killers.
Yeah, it's always a little nerve-wracking when your boy guests with the pro team because you don't know if he'll come back sometimes.
Yeah, because he played really well for
them.
Yeah,
he's a really good player. He gets into the 50 snake. He's alone over here, though, so he's not getting any information. He's in an unknown zone. Now he has a player come in behind him. They catch the Jesters filling out to the snake side, so the Killer's in full control here.
And they got to be careful, too. Oh, wow, Hosky feasting.
Yeah, it was a great move. Whoever the player is who filled up behind him. So 4-on-1, 4-on-1, 4 on nobody. Yeah, 4-on-1. They light up the last Jesters player.
I was going to say Hosky on Jester's side of the field just absolutely shooting everybody several times.
That was the first point that the Killers played up bodies off the break. They lost the first two breakouts and came out of that 1-0. Now they win a breakout and go up 2-1. Looking really good.
Yeah, but I think also the difference was in that one is the fact that they were able to get KCAV almost immediately. So he made it into Snake, but he didn't live there long.
Right. Playing up bodies is huge. You know, KCAV is going to go Snake off the break every time. They got to find a way to shoot him. People are making Snake off the break with more success than I anticipated at this event. The word out of practice was it was very difficult to get wide on this field. Some teams are shooting it pretty well, some are not, and you can feel that teams are wary to make those runs.
Got a fan here of Austin Castor, number 85 on Carolina Crisis. So, again, another fan of Markey. All right, so thank you so much, everybody. We're leaving comments in here, trying to see. Let's see, favorite player for Beth is Jesters. KCAV is her favorite player. So, Ruthless Factory, getting ready to come out. Let's Mary Lee. Thank you so much. Number 9, that's your favorite player. So, Quinn Nadu from Iconic watching in here. Iconic Paintball on Instagram. Check them out. Josh Barton with that crisis point again. Awesome. Love to see it. Thank you so much. CC, Mary, favorite player is Jammin' Frazier playing Doritos for Ruthless Factory. Love to see it. Love to see it. On the break here, back to the action. TCP Machine versus Carolina Crisis. They do get a kill off the break. AJ Lawhead is walking off, so good job by Carolina Crisis, up by 3. TCP's got to be careful because if they don't start coming back, 5 minutes left to go, they're going to get mercy rules.
Yeah, so they tried to generate some offense. They ran AJ Lawhead off the break, and they also went up into the Dorito, into the 50 juice box or something?
Looks like 50 juice box on that side.
Yeah, so they're trying to generate offense because they know it's not working out of the back. Unfortunately, they let this Crisis player into the Snake, and he just kills the Dorito 1. So now TCP is down 2 bodies and 3 points. Losing another body, they're about to be facing mercy rule again.
Yeah.
Just the Snake corner. They're having a very rough day out here, TCP.
They are. They need to go back and try to figure out how to remap this plan they're doing because Carolina Crisis is going to score another point. 4 minutes left on the clock. 4:37 left on the clock. Carolina Crisis is going to go up 4-0 on TCP Machine.
2 straight matches where they go down 0-4 TCP. Let's see if they can start coming back a little bit again.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just for them, they've always been on that cusp. They've always been a bubble team, right? They're either a TCP machine, they're either a 2-2 team with a decent points margin, or they're a 1-3 team. Like, it's just the consistency is just not there. I would like to see them in a Sunday, but
that's the difference between the top teams out here and the mid-tier teams. Teams like the Killers and PB Fit come out here and handle business in the prelims. Those teams on the cusp, they come out flat. All of a sudden, they're down a bunch. But
so Beth says it would be awesome to see drones with cameras.
Whoa.
Yes, so that is something that we are trying to work through. We do have some drone shots. That is an awesome idea that we're trying to work with. Mike Smith, let's go, Vince. Let's talk paintball. That's right. Austin Castor's a dog. I'm your biggest fan, Sebastian. I appreciate you.
Jesters get a kill off the break, shooting the Killers going out to the snake corner. Jesters' guns off the break are pretty good. They're up 5-on-4, playing out of the back spots, but rolling their guns, now filling into the snake side wedge.
And plenty of time, 8 minutes left on the clock, only down by 1. Jesters have the momentum and the time here as they get that good kill on Hosky, which has been an all-star player, standout player here for Killers all season long.
Now the Killers are in a tough spot. 2 players on the Dorito side. Jesters player in the snake side wedge here, trying to slow down the Doritos. Jesters now filling out into the snake. Killers matching it, though. Down a body, but they're up points, the Killers.
Oh, Jesters player got to be careful here as he doesn't realize that there's a player in snake. Oh!
Now they know.
Wow.
Both missed those shots. Killers comes out on the wire. I think, jeez Louise, wheeling and dealing. Don't do it.
Yeah.
So stressing me out the way these guys are gun battling here.
Killers player just does not need to gun battle here.
Highly unnecessary death right there from the Killers player with the lead. Jesters now on the wrap, own the snake side.
So I think it's number 9, Lembo, who just did not need to gun battle in that situation. Just kind of needed to go asleep a little bit and just draw the guns.
The Jesters guy misses his shot. Oh, nope, he kills them both.
Yes, they didn't miss it that time.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's going to give him a little extra love walking out, too.
Now just 1 Killers player left in that big Dorito 1. He's going to get laid out. And in the Northeast, we love to bonus ball.
Yeah, nice to see the refs letting them give a little bit of love, right? A little extra without too much. I mean, there is such thing as malicious intent, but unless you're dumping a whole hopper into somebody, refs are going to let it go a little bit.
There's a line. You can feel the line.
Yeah.
And the difference is it's like half a second, but you can really feel when people step over it.
Yeah, so great job by the refs out here so far all weekend long. Tough job, extremely tough job to have on this field. They're out here just as long as we are, right? 12, 14 hours out here reffing.
And we don't get shot.
Yeah, we don't get shot. We might get sprayed a little bit, right? We might have a little bit of spray coming off of the net, which is great paint, right? This brittle paint. If it's brittle enough to get those bounce shots, but then also brittle enough to break off the net, beautiful. Love to see it. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know so far what's your favorite matches, right? What matches have we played and you've watched so far that are your favorite, right? What are your best moves? I know for me personally, the Haber move has been my favorite.
Which one?
Which one? Yeah, the one where he got a 4-pack, or the one that he's just been dominant.
Which buzzer hit within 10 seconds to win the match? Which game-winning move?
Yeah,
you have
absolutely.
2 to pick from. It's crazy.
He's been doing great out there. So Carolina Crisis and TCP Machine now on your screen.
Mercy rule point right here. TCP playing for pride. They do 2 deep runs. They lose their snake eye off the break. So it's 5-on-4 for Crisis. Actually, Crisis loses a body out of the snake side can. So 4-on-4. TCP with 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Down 4 points. So they really got to go forward. But they're also probably conscious of their point margin here. After an earlier loss to PB Fit, they move out to the small Dorito on the Dorito side. They got that Dorito side can to back them up, and they're in the snake side wedge as well.
And just a reminder to everybody, too, at home, semi-pro is a 5-point mercy rule. So 1 more point scored, and TCP gets mercy.
And yet they get another kill out of the back line for Crisis. So TCP tends to play better with their back fully against the wall. Now they're launching up the Dorito side, something we haven't seen all match long from them. finally coming together with some offense. Up a body, down a lot of points.
Yeah, if I'm TCP's coach, I'm telling them, hey, go out and do what you guys do the last 2 points of every match, not the first 2.
Yeah. Got to find a way to get that message across earlier in the match.
So player on your screen right now looking down the Doritos side. Not wanting to make a mistake here. Knows there's somebody on the Doritos with him. Trying to figure out where that body is.
Crisis and the big Dorito and also the Dorito side wedge. That Dorito side wedge player for Crisis is just going to shoot Snake Way all day to make sure he doesn't get in. TCP now moves into the Aztec. You can see on your screen the Crisis player shooting that zone so the TCP player can't get into the Snake. Crisis just trying to take time off the clock.
Yeah, up 4 bodies. They don't need to do anything right now. They just need to sit.
No, and you can see this wedge player rolls off, but then TCP makes a great move into the Snake side brick. I think he got caught.
Oh.
Crisis comes through.
Oh, my. Gives them an extra peanut butter and jelly sandwich there.
Really high-level play from Crisis here, although they do lose their Dorito side tower. They do get into the Snake, though.
Yeah, number
Crisis.
2. Former pro player. He was definitely the guy that was given a little extra love on that one.
Another death off the Dorito side for TCP, so it's a 2-on-1. Crisis has 1. TCP has 2. He shoots 1. It's a 1-on-1.
Oh, wow.
And now
he doesn't realize it's a 1-on-1.
He's doing the eating motion.
Oh, he's showing off a little too much.
Oh, and he is unable. Oh, they both race for the buzzer.
Let's see who's going to find out of the race of the buzzer here.
I hope it was TCP Machine.
I think TCP got there first.
Yeah, you know why? Because the Crisis player celebrated prematurely, and you should be punished for that.
And that was a situation where he did get punished.
Yeah.
So, never celebrate too soon. All right, TCP doing TCP things, coming back off of being down 4 points.
Oh, no. Hey, who got that point?
All right, so actually reverse call with 1 millisecond difference in the buzzer hit. The Crisis player is actually going to get the point.
Mercy rule win for Crisis on that buzzer race there.
Wow.
Thought he celebrated too early doing the we eaten thing with the spoon like Ezekiel Elliott for the Dallas Cowboys. Then races for the buzzer and gets it. Mercy rule victory. TCP is unhappy with the call and their day 1 performance.
So here's the issue, right? So this is what they're trying to determine right now. So there is a timer on the buzzer. So you can tell the difference in when the buzzers get hit. It was a millisecond difference. Also, too, for the Carolina Crisis player, little piece of advice: celebrate after you hit the buzzer, not before it.
It is kind of cool to celebrate before you hit the buzzer, but make sure it's G5.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right, the Killers are running Snake off the break. It looks like they make it in a 2-2 game against the Jesters. This is a really huge point. The Killers moving in bunches up the field into the wedges.
Looks like Seabass back into the Snake.
Jesters one-arming it from the Snake side tower. They're in the Snake side Aztec. He's going to try to get in and really sloppy way in there. And that was not K-Kev. Didn't even get into his dive. So the Jesters are going to be down 1 body. Killers are in 50 Snake and both wedges cross. So it's going to be very difficult for the Jesters to generate offense. The Jesters are going to have to win a couple gun battles here if they want a chance in this point.
Yeah, and Chaz is just pounding that Snake side right now, making sure that he can't move. Trying to hit. Doesn't know quite where he is. Knows he's in the Snake. Just trying to hit a shot through there.
It's a matter of time. He's about to eat it because they lose their Snake side can player. So now Seabass is alone on the side. He's going to figure out that's just the tower and probably... Ooh! He bounced them. Bounces the Snake side tower player for the Jesters. Jesters fill out to the Dorito side. He gets shot. So it's just the Snake side tower left for the Jesters. 4 bodies for the Killers, and these kids love to eat. They are coming hard right now. Oh, actually 2 players left for the Jesters. Now just 1 on the Dorito side.
Hosky falling up behind Seabass here. 1 player from the Jesters left on the Dorito, and that Dorito, he got him. Great job.
Dominant point for the Killers there in a tie game, running deep off the break and then really pressing the center. That's what I think winning paintball looks like out here for an aggressive team. You know, it was zone control with both those wedges, but they weren't looking to just sit there all day. They wanted to get up into the mix, into those bricks after that. Great point by Seabass playing Patient Paintball as the one on the snake side for the Killers, going up 3-2. 5 minutes left. Plenty of time left in this.
Absolutely. And we do say it. We're doing it real quick. Okay. All right. So just to clarify a little bit of confusion, we are in true X-Ball right now. Crisis did hit the buzzer about a millisecond faster than the TCP machine players. So great job by both players trying their hardest to get that last point. Crisis just happened to do it a little quicker. So in true X-Ball we have right now, that means Killers and New Jersey Jesters will play each other again. Every point scored, they will switch sides. So if you see the players switching sides back and forth, it's because anytime a point is scored, they switch. If it's a no point, they do not switch. So they will stay on the same side. But in a situation like this, 5 minutes left to go, New Jersey Jesters have 2, Killers have 3.
In these situations where you move to true X-Ball, what that means is you only have 2 minutes between points. Instead of you play one and there's another set and you watch that long point, now you're playing back-to-back. Things get frantic in the pit. If you don't have a deep roster, you got guys huffing and puffing and throwing up. So these are really trying moments for teams with not a lot of depth. I give the Killers the advantage here because they're a younger team. A lot of youth. They can run these points back. They play in Florida all the time where it's really humid and hot. For the Jesters, I could see them starting to struggle here, having to run these points back to back with an older roster and probably a little bit less fit roster too.
Yeah, and Killers coached by Kyle Berry, pro player for ML King, so definitely knows these situations really well. On the break here, New Jersey Jesters, KCAV going around and in, unfortunately gets caught on the dive. Looks like Killers have that shot dialed in, so great job by them to get that big kill on KCAV.
And another kill off the Doritos side. So the Killers have kill 2 off the break, and I think they have 5 alive, rolling their guns with a lead. I expect them to figure out this situation and for Seabass to get into the snake before too long.
Yeah, 4 minutes, 30 seconds left to go. Big push from the Killers up into the center right now. And this is what they need. Controlled aggression. Score one more point to help points margin, but don't lose a point to tie it up, right?
I think you're still just trying to win this match right now. You're not thinking about margin yet, and this is a really critical point to extend a lead, especially because they got their kill off the break.
I'm always worried about point margin. Day 1, point 1, I'm worried about points margin.
The Killers now 5 bodies alive. Yep, they're in the snake side wedge, the Dorito side juice box, the Dorito one, the snake can, and the snake Aztec, rolling their guns, playing patiently. They're burning some clock off here. This is becoming a very difficult situation for the Jesters where you're down 2 bodies and 1 point. You really don't want to see this go down to 1 minute left, right? If you're the Jesters going down 2 points. So this is one of those tough calls where the coach has to think about the buzzer now.
I don't necessarily know if I want it to go down to 1 minute left if I'm the Killers, because that gives them, if it gets under a minute and Jesters pull something out and they tie it up with 55 seconds left.
Yeah, 5 on 3, I'm fine with it, especially up a point, right? But you do make a good point. Anything can happen.
We've seen it. Yeah. We've seen it so far this morning. Crazy points.
I think the Jesters here, we're going to go 3 minutes. If they don't get a kill in the next minute, I think you got to blow the horn if you're the Jesters.
Yeah, give you some time. Give you some time to
score 2 points. Yeah, and they lose. Now you got to blow the horn. They lose their snake side corner, so now it's 5 on 2 for the Killers.
Yeah, I would blow it.
It's horn time, 100%. And there it is. So the Killers are going to go up 4-2. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, and we're in X-Ball, right? So there's only 2 minutes until the next point. Both teams do get 1 timeout. I would not be surprised if the Jesters use that here to catch their breath and game plan, figure out what they need to do. I like the Killers there. You know, they're an aggressive team, but they went with a conservative breakout in that moment and caught the Jesters taking a big bite off the break with KCAV trying to run around the corner into the snake.
All right, so Drake Perry says, watching from school. Good job there.
Which class? What class?
Yeah, what class are you watching in? So Chad Cox and the Cox family out here watching, rooting for Crisis. So love to see that. Dan Harvey says, let's go, everybody. So awesome. Let's see. Dan's out here. Jose, where's RTK? Little conversations, little inner conversations happening. So love to see it. Love to see everybody out here. Thank you so much for the support. Let's Go Distortion and got PB Fit. Got some fans up in here. So yes. So again, leave your comments, like, share, follow, subscribe, hit up NXL at NXL or at NXL on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the social media channels that NXL has. Also, again, you can find me, Vince Cunningham from Let's Talk Paintball, out on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook as well. And then Mike Jeffries, Mike_Jeffrey 24 on Instagram as well. So new commentator. I essentially yin to my yang, the rich to my Maddie. Appreciate you coming out here and just, again, thank you so much for your knowledge that you have, man.
Truly a pleasure to be out here watching paintball, and I did call it, the Jesters did call timeout here, so an extra minute on the clock between points before we get back into it with the Killers and Jesters. I know we're doing the show, we're talking about the commenters. I'm so jazzed up on this match. I can't take my focus off it for 1 second.
Yeah, me and you, 5 o'clock this morning, ready to go, just juiced up. We would love this stuff. At the end of the day, we're all paintball fans, and even though we do get this amazing opportunity to commentate, we're also such fans of the sports we actually get to watch it as well, which is awesome. So again, if you are local, the Gaelic Park area outside Chicago, Illinois, stop by. NXL is putting on an amazing event. I believe this is the second largest event besides World Cup.
Wow.
So great registrations, tons of teams show up, which is awesome. Amazing. One of the largest vendor areas I've seen. As I choke on a bug that just flew in my mouth. Woo!
Vince has a bug in his throat as we come into 15 seconds before Killers and Jesters. Must-win point for the Jesters right here. Can't let this match get away from you. It'll be interesting to see if they send Kavanaugh off the break. He got shot doing it the last time. Killers gunning hard. They hold up Kavanaugh at the Snakeside Aztec. He gets in there clean under the Killer's gun. Killers getting in quickly to the Dorito side wedge to slow down that attack on the Snake side.
Yeah, great job here by the Killers.
Great move, though, by the Jesters into that Snakeside brick, understanding that there was going to be a lot of heat coming wide on the Snake side. They go underneath those guns to get into the brick. Jesters do lose their Dorito side flare. 5 alive for the Killers. They're in the Snakeside Aztec. That's Seabass Lopez. Jesters in the 50 Snakeside brick. He's going to make sure no one gets wide for the Killers. Seabass can't get in the snake with that brick there. Now Kavanaugh fills in. He's going to go straight up to the 50 snake. The Jesters developing some
he was trying to. They caught him there, so he had to stay at snake too.
Doing a really great job of shooting that gap. The Killers are. Jesters lose another body out of the backfield. That's a really tough death. So now that it's 3-on-5. Jesters are down 2 points. They have to go into the Killers' guns. Down 2 with 1:45 left. Seabass able to get into the snake and match Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh tried to do the old pod throw trick, but unfortunately bounced off the bunker.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But but the Killers come up the Dorito side, stitch up the Snake side brick. Killers also in Snake 2. Kavanaugh's probably going to catch one.
On a cross shot. Now he's like this.
Now the Killers launching fully. He's going to hit the buzzer without even seeing Kavanaugh.
They're waving him off, but they don't realize there's a player in the second. Oh, there we go. They picked him up that time.
Now they do, and the Killers are going to win another one to take a commanding 5-2 lead with a minute left. The Jesters will be in full desperation mode now, and it's X-Ball, so they only have 2 minutes. They use their timeout. These are really difficult situations. You're down 3 with a minute left. You can't let your point margin get away from you now, but you have to get a line out there in a game.
Did you say point margin?
Now we think about point
margin. Oh, okay. See, I'm early adopter to point margin.
You're early adopter. Yeah, you were thinking well ahead of time. But now this match has almost certainly gotten away from you in terms of win. But you want it, tight losses are so much better for you. You know, when you're on the cusp of making the wild card, if you end up with a +1 margin versus a -3 margin, it makes all the difference in the world when it comes to maybe playing Sunday.
And you know what's funny is in a situation like that, so at the very end, Hosky really feeling himself, really, be feeling good about it, kind of showing off a little bit, shooting the ground, definitely Killers having a very good day out here so far. So, again, the set we're in right now is Carolina Crisis TCP Machining. Crisis is going to take that Mercy Rule win. Killers versus Jesters. Killers trying to run away with it a little bit. Next set we have paintballfit.com or PBFit, also known as, and then Arsenal, and then Newbies versus Ruthless Factory. So all of the teams in the next set have played so far this morning. Everyone should be warmed up and ready to go. We were kind of talking about this a little bit, some of the newer teams that came in. So Phoenix Rising, who we're going to see this afternoon, Ruthless, they have some known talent on there that could really cause some issues. I know we're talking about the race, we're talking about all these different things, but if one of these top teams faces someone like a Phoenix Rising, they do a very good job, or Ruthless, for example, that could affect some things.
Definitely. Those teams are here to play spoiler. They know they're not going to win the series title. They haven't played all the events. They want to ruin someone else's season. That's why they're here. And they have a lot of experience on those teams. But, I mean, the style of play we're seeing win out here are teams working in 2s and 3s, holding their cross zones, and communicating really well. The Killers are playing it a little bit more gas pedal than PB Fit. And then Distortion has their way of winning out here, too. Killers now up 3 points, trying to shoot someone running deep on the snake side, but the Jesters stay short.
Yeah, Blue with a great shot from the Killers over the center, trying to stop that forward progression. The player does get through his lane, though, unfortunately.
Jesters go into the snake side brick off the break. They're trying to catch someone going wide. The Killers are just rolling their guns. They're just taking time off the clock. They're in that Dorito one looking inside. That's to catch anyone going into the snake.
Yep, sitting in the pocket, crossing it up, not letting anybody move. That's kind of the game plan right now.
Yeah, and because the Jesters don't have deep progression in the snake, the Killers are in good position to do that. Now they're going to launch up the middle. Jesters player onto the Killer side of the field. He's going to get, I thought he shot him. I thought he was going to get one kill.
Yeah, now... Jesters kind of have no choice
up
right now. Have to kind of push down the field, have to try to close out the margin. At this point, 6 seconds left to go, ticking down. There's just not going to be enough time. Killers are going to take this win. So, good job again by the Killers pulling that one away, which started off as kind of a close match. So again, thank you so much to everybody tuning in. I'm Vince. Let's Talk Paintball, joined here by Mike Jeffrey. Paintball mastermind and former head coach of the New England Hurricanes, who now a lot of those guys play pro. So we are out here at the Windy City Major 2022, the 5th stop on the NXL Tour. We will be right back after these breaks, so don't go anywhere.